It's Friday the 22nd of January. It's a little after 2 o'clock and we are at Evelina Children's Hospital in London. Grayson's gastroenterologist, is that how you say it? I think that's what it is. It's gastro specialist. Theory, this appointment, as far as we're concerned, is to make the final decision on a feeding tube going in for Grayson. Which I'm not happy about, but sort of we know it's got to happen. Although Grayson can orally eat, sometimes he can't. So for example, the last 5 weeks he's only eaten probably equivalent to about a meal and a half a day at best. Grayson actually weighed in today at 16 kilos, which is massive for him. I'm not fully convinced that's right, if I'm honest. I would say he's probably closer to 15. But that is fully clothed as well, and he's got like his thermals and everything on, so, but he has grown a lot, so maybe that's where the weight's going. He is medically diagnosed as malnourished now, and basically the feeding tube's going in not even really to help him gain weight, but because Grayson is now at high risk of major organ failure, because he gets no nutrition from his foods or the lack of food that he eats. So it's not really a choice of whether we want the tube or not now, it's just when we put it in. But it comes with so much more to it, so I think I'm still not really very comfortable with the decision, but sometimes those things have to happen, there's no choice. So it's just a case of seeing what he says, really. We're just hoping that basically he doesn't have to redo loads and loads of tests on the general anaesthetic that Grayson already had. So the last time we saw our doctor, who we really like and we trust, he had not got results from Royal, but cross fingers they have, because I don't really want to put him through another general anaesthetic, and it's a really invasive test. It's called a 24-hour impedance study, so I don't really want him to have that again. But we shall see. I'll let you know how we get on. The super dude. Say hi, Grayson. And Dado.
Oh, I was super dude.
As you can see, he's highly amused that he's waiting for his appointment. We're actually early, so we're not past appointment time.
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes, so this
If
doctor's
it's on time.
usually on time. So how do you feel about today's appointment?
I'm not anxious as such, but I'm not sure what to expect, if I'm honest. As I said to you earlier, we're not. Part of us thought we were coming up here to get possibly like a date in a sense for the operation, but then it might not be the case. It might be, we might have to have some more tests done. We don't know. So we'll play it by ear, really.
Yeah, as we always do. But we just got to do what's best. Hey, super dude. So basically, it's been a couple of days since Grayson's appointment. I didn't film this any sooner. Firstly, because the traffic was a nightmare getting out of London. And I think I just mentally needed to deal with what had been said in the appointment, which was literally a 10-minute appointment. It didn't last long. As predicted, the feeding tube does have to go in. The good news is he doesn't have to have any of the invasive tests that we thought he might have to have again, because Royal haven't sent his results over. Because Grayson hasn't vomited for a few months now. So that's good news. But I suppose it's not bad news, but it's really left me unsure. It's basically, I love Grayson's new gastrosurgeon. He is actually our third, because I had real issues with the ones before now. And the guy we have now, Mr. Mooslip, is fantastic. He really understands a parent's concerns. He really listens to them, and he makes me feel very confident about why we're picking the feeding tube in for Grayson. Unfortunately, because he is only a very, very specialist gastro, i.e. he only deals with children in severe circumstances, he doesn't actually have a registrar, and the surgery is a two doctor surgery, so he cannot do the surgery, and we have to be referred to one of his colleagues at the Evelina for the surgery to be done, who has a registrar. Obviously this holds the surgery up more. Second to that, we have to go all the way to London again to have a sort of, not even a pre-op, but a like discussion on how the surgery is going to go, what type of surgery, blah 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 blah. But most importantly, I don't know this surgeon, and I don't have a trust with this surgeon. And I don't know, it's just made me feel a little bit more anxious, I guess. At the moment I feel quite at peace with the idea that he's having the tube, but I did this last time when he was due to have the tube when he was 2, and it got cancelled because of severe weather, and then got delayed, and then by the time they went to put it in, Grayson was eating, and this is pre him eating like properly chew food. So I know realistically, even though I feel quite calm about it now, logically in my brain I know that I'm not, and I know that when it comes to that surgery I'm gonna freak. It's, in some respects it's a major life change, in others it's not going to be, and that's why I think I'm doing these videos, because I think it'll be really great for people that are in our situation where they're in a sense kind of having an elective feeding tube, which is not elective, but in the sense of not needing the feeding tube like they can orally feed, which Grayson obviously can remotely orally feed. So I think it'd be great for people to see this, and other parents to have a reflection on how it was for us anyway. Well, that's my intention. But thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel, because I am planning on recording the whole aspect of what happens. Obviously I'm not going to be in the surgery, but to see how it affects him, how it affects us, how it's going to affect our everyday, I think it would be really interesting.